All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Beth from Mount San Jacinto College Outreach Department, and welcome to High School Senior Preview Days. This is going to be an overview of how to get started at the college. I'm going to do this today at 11 and then again at 3 o'clock. So you can come back and hear it again for the first time, right? But what to expect the next couple days is that you have the chance to meet with counseling to learn how to get a counseling appointment. That's on, back up. Tomorrow, we're going to meet with financial aid so that you can ask questions of financial aid, and that's at 11 as well. And then again at 3. And then during that same span of hours, you may have signed up to meet with or hear from First Year Experience. And I'll show you that at the website today as well. But that's a great program that really smooths your transition from high school to college. And they're at noon and at 4 o'clock. So they're all about an hour session, maybe a little less. And then finally on the Thursday, you'll meet with counseling, and we'll talk about all the other resources at MSJC on Thursday as well. I'm reading our flyer, so pardon me, but we're going to hear from Accommodation Service Center, Veterans Resource Center, Learning Resource Center, because there's free tutoring in every subject, EOP&S and CARE, and the pathway for foster youth through our Guiding Light program, and Dreamers, information for Dreamers, and then Career Ed Tech, Career Education rather, and our 2+2 pathway, a business pathway that we partner with Cal State San Marcos, and then athletics. And that's all between 4:30 and 7:30. And you can buzz in and out or hang out and hear from all of us. It's just kind of their elevator speech, if you will, on all those opportunities. So again, thanks for coming. Let's dive into it. I want to show you how to, I'll share my screen in a minute, but I want to show you how to apply and what your next steps are. I want to go ahead and go through it all and then circle back to what you'll kind of see where you are in the process, because some of you may have already applied already and you're like, okay, what's next? So I'll show you where those steps are. They're at our website. So keep referring back to our enroll now button. I'll show you that in a minute when I share my screen. And then you'll find the steps there. But I want you to know that we are here to help you all summer long, right up to the first week of the semester for fall. It's August 15th. So I love it that you're on this call now, because our counseling appointments get booked up. So I want you to be able to for sure meet with a counseling or go to a new student counseling session, well before you register for classes. I want you to know how to follow up with your financial aid. So I'll go over all that now. Our website, as you can see, and I'll put it in the chat, is msjc.edu. So it's all here. It's just knowing where to click, right? When you scroll down towards the center of the page, I'll give you a little tour of the website real quick, so you know where to go and what to do for sure. There's our schedule. The summer schedule's up right now. The fall schedule should post any day now. It shows you where the classes are held or whether it's online. So you get to pick and choose and set up your own schedule. And I have full-time students that only go 2 days a week. You may already know that, but our locations are here. We're all the same college. So it will tell you the classes at Menifee, or it's at Temecula, or it's online anytime or in real time, which is a live class. So you get to pick and choose. You can mix and match, and you can throw an online class in there too. Most classes are taught at all 4 campuses. So every semester you continue, you'll get an earlier date to register for classes. So it's designed that way to get you through your program. But go ahead and set up your schedule any way you like. Be patient and just know that you can get early registration every semester that you continue. You get a slightly earlier registration, but priority registration comes with those that are veterans, disabled students, if you come to us before the end of May, and meet with for that intake appointment with Accommodation Service Center, and I'll go over that today as well, or you'll hear from them on Thursday. And then foster youth and other little populations register very first, but you're going to get all your classes. And further to the website tour, there's lots of newsy news things across the top here you'll see. But this is your area for you as a college student. And I'll show you how to activate your self-service portal, because you don't activate that till after you apply to college. Canvas is your shell for online classes. And the Student Support Hub, this is key. So after you hang up today, if you still have questions or you're curious about something real quick, even your parents can click on the Student Support Hub, which is a live chat feature, right? There it is. I clicked on it, and you can click there to get on another Zoom call, right? They'll put you in a waiting room. You don't have to have a mic or a camera. You can type your questions in the chat, but It's great if you can, talk to us. It's like a phone call, but on your computers, you may know. So click there to get help going forward. Do not hesitate. This has worked through the pandemic, and we're going to keep this live chat feature here going forward. We do have some in-person help. It's general help. If you want to meet with financial aid, you can do that, but it's by appointment, and you do that here at this Student Support Hub. So what I've done is I've clicked on the Student Support Hub here at the homepage, and then I've scrolled down to meet with specific departments. So there's counseling, there's the Accommodation Service Center, where you can make an appointment with your IEP or 504. Your accommodations you had in high school, mind you, come with you. So I'm focusing today's session on seniors, mind you. So that's why I mentioned to get connected now before the end of May, so you get that early registration opportunity. Every student will register a full month before the semester starts, maybe 5 or 6 weeks. Don't miss that early opportunity. We're going to register students right up to the start of the semester. So I'm glad you're here today. I'm scrolling down just to show you that all the departments are here. So even technology support services, the learning resource centers here, the library where they'll loan you a laptop if you need it for an online class, veterans, Puente, Umoja, a lot of great programs, especially first year experience, and really any of these that will enhance your college experience and transfer opportunities. Okay, so that's the Student Support Hub. That's key. And I told you we're here in person as well, but it's very limited hours. We're at Menifee from 10 to 3, at Temecula, I think about the same time with specific days. And typically it's Monday through Thursday. And then at San Jacinto campus at the library. Okay, so let's dive in. I really want to show you how to get help. Are we good? Any questions so far? Okay. So there's our announcement about high school senior days, and you guys are it. Thanks for coming out. So I showed you the Student Support Hub. The other important link at the homepage, if you don't know whatever else to click on, there's the schedule, but here's the Student Support Hub, Enroll Now. The Student Support Hub next to that is the Enroll Now button. So that's an important button because you're going to refer to this a couple more times to see the steps to enroll. So you'll click on First Time Student, and the steps are all there, okay? Welcome. If you just logged on, I think there's a couple more people that have logged on. Today's session is about the online application and how to get started. I just gave you a little tour of the website, so we can circle back to that if you have other questions, but this is how to get started, and then you can log in the rest of the week to meet with financial aid and FYE tomorrow, and counseling on Thursday, and other resource programs. And today we'll be repeating this program at 3 o'clock. So the first step is great. It's free career coaching. You don't have to commit yourself to a major your first semester, but this is really helpful to explore careers. And it's a kind of a fun, free career exploration quiz. So do that maybe after homework tonight, right? But the very first step, and what I'm going to go over today, is the application. Now, before I dive into that and show you how it is to apply, I want to show you the rest of the steps. What I love about these steps is, yes, I have flyers on it and I pass them out at the high schools, but this is an electronic version, and the links to do these things are at each step. When you expand the drop down, either at the red plus sign or on the name of the step itself, it will expand the drop down to not only show you what to do, but how to do it. Am I right? Okay. So there's the link for financial aid. You can follow up with financial aid this month and next, okay? And I'll show you how to do that at the Student Support Hub. You have to do these steps in this order, or like you can't make an appointment with a counselor, right? Which is step 6 until you've activated your account. So step 2, step 3, you can do that in there somewhere, but many of you have already done your FAFSA probably in the fall. It opens one time up every year. You renew it every year. You're in college in October. So you can do that in there somewhere. But the next step is, as soon as you apply to the college, it's a free online application, you will get an MSJC ID number. Even if you're already a student with MSJC, your ID number will stay the same. So you've probably already activated your account. If you didn't, I'll show you how to request another activation code today as well. So it's apply, activate your account, and here we show you how to do it. Use a personal email when you apply. We're going to go over that in a minute, but not a school email, please, because those get deactivated and you'll never hear from us. So use a Gmail or Yahoo email account. Then once you activate your accounts, you can log in, right, to the self-service portal, which I just showed you, and you can complete an online orientation. But keep going back to this enroll now button and then to first time student and then to this link, because under step 5 is the link to the online orientation. It might not be as intuitive when you log on as to where orientation is, but it's always at this step 5, okay? So we'll go get over it again, but I love that and it'll just ask you to log in with that account activate that you already activated. So there's your online orientation. But even before you do orientation, yes, you have to have done it before you meet with a counselor. Go ahead and make that counseling appointment because they fill up. Then you'll check your email for your registration appointment, and then you'll register for classes. And what I like about step 8 is that there's a video here that shows you how to navigate that website, which you will learn more about in that new student counseling session. Okay, pay for fees once you register for classes. Like you're going to register yourself online. Even pre-pandemic, it was an online process. You pay right then. Maybe it's your credit card, unless your financial aid is active. Okay, but paying is key, or it notices financial aids in place because you're not on the instructor's roster unless you pay for the classes. And then, by the way, we give you an TA Bus Pass, which is an app on your phone. So as I go through this, please feel free to make little screenshots with your device or your phone, and hopefully that's helpful. We are $46 per unit if you do pay out of pocket, okay? But you follow up with financial aid at the Student Support Hub. You click on that and scroll down to financial aid and go ahead and call them or email them and ask them, what is the status of my FAFSA? This isn't a FAFSA workshop, but I'll go over very general terms with you, and you can certainly meet with financial aid tomorrow at 11 and 3 o'clock as well on May 14th. That's Wednesday, May 11th, sorry, May 11th. Tomorrow is financial aid. So these are links to start your FAFSA. It's not too late to do your FAFSA, by the way, for MSJC. Just give it time to process. So you should do it now, probably before a good week before you register for classes, so that it's active. It needs time to process. And then if you need help from financial aid, schedule an appointment to meet with them or fling them an email or call them with general questions. Or remember I said that live chat feature, a lot of our students and staff know the answers to a lot of general questions. Okay, so back to the steps. Enroll now. First time student, apply, activate your accounts, complete an online orientation, and the link to it's right there. Make a counseling appointment as soon as you can. I'll show you what it looks like to do that, and then we'll show you how to apply to the college. You're going to expand the drop down for step 6 and sign up for a new student counseling session. Okay, it tells you when those sessions are, and then you can meet one-on-one with a counselor anytime. But at these sessions, you're going to get all this great information. It's all listed here, and here's some other great resources and other links to make a counseling appointment. Okay, if you're a transfer student, you can meet with a counselor as well. But these are new student counseling sessions where they will give you what's called an abbreviated ed plan. And you'll know exactly what classes to take your first semester, okay? And then certainly I suggest students meet one-on-one with a counselor. Some of them are meeting in person, but for the most part right now, they're virtual, probably through summer. There's no counseling offices, financial aid, or enrollment staffed yet at our newest Temecula site, but they will be shortly. Right now, we're only at Menifee and San Jacinto or online at that Student Support Hub, okay? So please utilize it from the comfort of your own home like you're doing today and reach out for help all summer long or come in. Monday through Thursday between 10 and 3 is a good time. So let's show you what it looks like to make this counseling appointment. We're gonna, let's say for instance, you want to go to this one on June 1st. I'm gonna click on that and you'll notice they ask you to agree to some terms and then log in with that log-on credential that you just created, okay? So that's why it's important to do these steps in that order. First time student, activate your account, make a counseling appointment. Remember I said you're going to create an account for MSJC to apply to the college with a personal email address, and that's where you check for your registration appointment your first semester. Okay, so let's go back to step 2 and apply together to the college. You can do it with me or on your own, but first off, are there any questions before I proceed? And please type it in the chat or unmute yourself. I think if you want, I can unmute you now. I think I've given everyone permission to unmute yourself. Any questions so far? Is it clear as mud? Okay, now I'm going out to the high schools right up to the end. I'll probably even meet with your summer grads over summer. But I'm not sure, what date I'm where at what high school. We have, over 15 schools in our district. So please reach out to your high school counselor if you need help. They know our processes, or find out when MSJC's outreach department will be there to help you with the online application if you still need help. They'll even help you with your FAFSA, okay? But we will too, as you saw at the Student Support Hub. So when you click on Start Your OpenCC Apply Account, many of you may have already created one and then you just sign in. But if you haven't, you'll want to create that account. So read all the information here. You don't have to be a graduate of high school to apply as long as you're 18. It's one or the other, but certainly you're going to finish high school, right? And then apply to the college. And then you'll register sometime, you guys, in June or July. No one will register for fall earlier than late June or July, and you all get your very own date and time to register for classes. So check that reg date, and remember, hopefully you've seen a counselor by then. You don't need to see one to register for classes, but let me tell you, they're going to move your registration appointment up a little earlier just by virtue of the fact that you've met with the counselor. So try to do that before too long. As I say, those appointments get booked up. So when you click on Apply Now, here's where you know you're at the right place. You notice that the page changes to like white and blue, but you know that you're at the MSJC online application because our logo is there. This is a state website managed by the state of California. So it's not our website, but it is our application. If you need help with any part of this, you're struggling, there's a wonderful button way down at the bottom. It says help, and they will help you. Okay. So if you've created that account, you just sign in, and this is what it looks like to sign in. But if not, you want to create the account. So I'll go back. Let's say I haven't created an account. You'll click on create an account. Okay. I always recommend students use an email, a personal email, okay, not a cell phone. Here's why. It might recognize your sister's cell phone. Now you're using your sister's cell phone, your older brother or sister's cell phone, right? And then it'll block you. But typically emails are very unique. So that's my recommendation. Now, when you start to create the account, it'll move forward and ask you for other things. It's about 3 pages of creating your account. They want to know your address, your emailing address, and your personal cell phone and that kind of thing. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in as me because I've already created an account. Any questions so far? Actually, I'm going to see if it lets me sign in with that email here. Okay, so I know my password because I already created the account. When you create the account, you will create a password. So today's session will be about how to apply, but I see a question in the chat. Thank you very much for this. You can take all classes online, yes. Okay, now, I can't guarantee that all your classes you need for your degree will be offered online, but for the most part, especially in the pandemic, there'll be tons of online classes still offered. Does that help that question, Miles? Thanks for asking that in the chat. So the answer is yes, but check the schedule to make sure they are offered because that schedule changes every semester. I'm typing that in my little chat. Yes, good. Thank you for that feedback. Good. Okay. So, in fact, as we crawl out of this pandemic, requirements may ease up for having to be vaccinated to take an in-person class. But for now, I think you upload a Vax card and then they release the hold so you can register for an online class. You might have to upload your vaccination card, but I don't know. Your personal email will tell you because they update things as we crawl out of this pandemic, okay? But you don't need a Vax card if you take an online class, so maybe that's the help. So when you log in, they'll ask you to review this information. Now, this is just a mock account, if you will, but you can edit it if you'd like. If you see you typoed your email address or something, okay, or type, a phone number wrong. But your next step is to click on Start a New Application, okay? So we've gone over kind of what to do and when, and what your deadline really is the first day of the semester, guys. But remember, I told you not to wait till August because things are filling up and you want to see a counselor right away. So that's why we're applying now. See a counselor even before you leave high school. Okay, we're here all summer. And you saw the appointments are listed there for June. So go ahead and do that now. We'll go through this pretty quick here and then take more questions, but we have a good 30 minutes left. So you always want to select the term you're applying for. You can select summer, but it starts pretty soon, so classes are getting full, but you can certainly apply for fall. I'm going to select fall, right? And just, enjoy your summer, guys, and take a summer session maybe next semester. You won't be right up against the ending of your high school career and then starting college right away, but you can do that. You can select summer if you prefer, and then hurry up and register for summer classes because they start pretty soon. We are in middle of May. So you see how we started registering for summer this whole month before the semester starts. The same routine will happen for fall, where you'll register. You see it starts August 15th, but you'll register in June and July for fall. So there it is. Make sure you select fall 22. And if you've already applied, but it was before fall was open, our fall app and summer app was open in October. So you're good to go if you were able to select fall or summer 2022. If not, like you registered last year before October, because you did dual or concurrent enrollment, please reapply so you're in our database as a brand new student, or rather a brand new high school graduate, okay? We're gonna move your registration appointment up a little earlier. So there you go. If you've already applied, great, this is going to look familiar, but I'm going over this for those that have not applied. Yes, for the question in the chat, are there 2 6-week summer sessions? There is one 8-week session that starts June 6th and one 6-week session that starts June 21st. So no, the answer is no, but there are 2 sessions. One is an 8-week session and one is a 6-week session. So there it is at the college homepage. 8-week sessions start June 6th and 6-week sessions starts June 21st. Thanks for asking. That's summer. Okay, back to the application. So I'm going to select my educational goal. Now, they give you a lot here, but basically, and almost everyone on this call, I would assume that you were to obtain an associate's degree for transfer, and you can frankly answer anything, but you're welcome, Miles. Please, typically most of us select this first one or the second one, okay? Most of us want to transfer, but if it in fact is simply or not simply, but if it's a technical certificate and you absolutely know that, you want to put that there. The other reason you want this is to state this 4-year option or transfer option or associate degrees, because I want it to match up with your financial aid. So go ahead and do not select undecided. Why? Because you will be delayed or denied your financial aid. Okay, same thing goes for your intended major. You're not committing yourself to a major right now in this online application, right? But get as close as you can to what you think you're going to study. This is a state application and they don't have all of our majors, but they have most of them. Okay, but don't, once again, don't select undecided, because see, it says you're not eligible for financial aid. So I'm going to go ahead and just select sort of humanities. Maybe I'm undecided, but I like liberal arts, social behavior. I'll select that. And I'll select option C because that's an ed plan that I know will cover my transfer requirements to all the institutions. And then I can narrow it down later and continue that conversation with the counselor later. Thank you. Any questions about this? As soon as I push continue, this blue rather area will turn with a white check mark, and I'm done with that enrollment section. These sections, it looks like a lot, but they go pretty fast because some of these pages only have a couple questions. So have I changed my name ever? Was I ever married and then changed my name? This is for you. You have to answer accordingly. I personally never changed my name when I got married, so I can say no. But that's what they're asking. Have you ever changed your name for legal reasons? And then they want to know if you used a previous name. They want to know your social security number. Okay, so this is where you want to be prepared to have your social. So dig that out before you apply to the college, and you put in your social here. The reason you want to apply with a social is, so again, so that your financial aid matches up. And all we do with a social is match you up with an ID number with MSJC. So because this is sort of a fake account, I'm not going to submit this application, but I'm going to bubble in no. And guess what? If you don't have a social security number, you can still apply to MSJC. Okay, so that's okay. Some of us don't have one, and you're still our student. Okay. And then they want to know if you have a parent or guardian. I do. I'll put yes. And then, oh, this is new. You'd put the name of the parent or guardian there. And then you'd select their relationship to you. Okay. So I was going to try to uncheck that. Okay. And you do it here. Sorry. I do not have a parent or guardian. Okay. And then they want to know if you were ever in court-ordered foster youth, okay, after your 13th birthday. If you were, check the box, because there's a lot of benefits that they'll email you, okay? So you answer accordingly here, as of this date, what are you, kind of thing, okay? So it's probably one of these things because you are married or, you know, living with, you just don't have a parent or guardian. Then they want to know if the mailing address that you used when you created the account is the same. And if it is, you can just collapse that drop down, but they do allow you, if it isn't, to put a second address in there. Okay, then you continue. And you see that section turned with a check mark. So they want to know now about your education. As of this date, okay, I selected fall. You can now say that you're a first-time student after leaving high school, okay? If your parents are doing this application, then they would talk about what other college they attended, or if maybe they're returning or whatnot. But for you guys in high school, there it is. You're a first-time student after leaving high school. So just answer the next questions as if you've graduated high school, which you will have graduated high school as of August 14th. You will have received a high school diploma from a U.S. school, and they want to know the date you graduated. So go ahead and put, maybe you're going to graduate June 2nd coming up, or June 5th or 6th. The date doesn't matter, frankly, but you do need to put a correct year in there. The year has to be accurate, it has to be 2022. Did you receive a diploma, GED, or certificate? Yes. Okay. As of that date, I will have. And same with the next question. As of August 14th, I will have attended high school for 3 or more years in the state of California. They'd like to know that you attended high school, right? It auto defaults to US of A, and then you select California. And because it's a California application, California is at the top. It's not alphabetical. And then as you start typing your high school, who wants to give me the name of their high school? Anybody? Type it in the chat or unmute. I'll just make it up then. I'll say Vista, Murrieta. You see that it will start to autofill the name of the high school. So I love autofill. That's less typing for me. And then it defaulted to the city, and that's correct. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this, but you're like a fresh start at MSJC. We don't look at your GPA for admission, but here they're asking for your high school unweighted GPA. Just guess if you can, give yourself a passing grade. And why do they ask this? They're trying to place you in your academics. It's not for admission, okay? So you typically can open up another tab and maybe look at your Aries account, just whatever your GPA is presently, okay? They'd like to also know, we no longer require that assessment exam where they place you in math and English. Instead, you're self-reporting and telling us what math and English class you should be in. So please continue this conversation with an MSJC counselor, okay? So that you're not in a class that's too easy or too hard. And you'll select what was your last English class. If it was sort of AP and you don't have the grade yet, that's okay. This is more for high school concurrent enrollment. But definitely tell us what you did in high school that would count for college credit. We'll see it if it was an MSJC class. So go ahead and select the grade you got. I'll just say I was in honors, or I was in ERWC, which would be English comp, I think, and then give yourself a grade. Okay, I'm just making my answers up because, as I say, this is a test account. And same for math. What was your last math class and what grade did you get? Any questions so far about this application? I'm going to continue. And then, are you a US citizen? And most of us are. If not, put what you are, what applies to you, okay? If you're undocumented, you can put other. You know who you are. But if you're sort of a permanent resident, they're going to want to know your stuff here, okay? You see how it starts to drop down other options, but this doesn't apply to me, so I'm going to just put that I am a US citizen. And then it might say, are you or your parents a dependent, or are you a dependent of anyone in the military? For me, none apply to me, okay? And the same thing here, though, if you are in active duty or your parents or any of that, if they're retired recently from the military, they're going to want to know their stuff, their date of discharge, their state of residency for the military. So I'm going to go back and put none apply to me. So see, that section went real fast because it's only 2 questions, and I'll continue. And we're already in the middle, almost done with the application. We're about halfway through. These are important because if you bubble in any of these, you know, that you may be charged as an out-of-state student, but you have to answer accordingly, right? So have you lived in California continuously since August 14th, 2020? For me, the answer is yes. And then have you done any of these things outside of the state of California? Paid taxes, registered to vote. It might say you or your parents, by the way, gone to college outside of California or filed for a lawsuit or divorce outside California. I have not done any of these, so I'm not going to bubble any of them in, but I'm going to scroll down carefully and then answer the other questions. At any time in the last 24 months, were you determined homeless? And for me, it's no. And then, oh, here they asked for, again, about court-ordered foster youth program. If you answer yes, they just want to know when you exited the program. And please let us know, because again, we can help you. It's designed, we have the Guiding Light program and other programs that will help you. So for me, it's no, and I'm already done with this section. Okay, so I'm going to go on to continue. And I don't know why demographics checked off. I may have already been in this app once, but anyway, we're at needs and interests. And again, this app, if you notice, is more like a survey than anything else. So here they want to know, are you comfortable reading and writing English? For me, it's yes. Are you interested in receiving information about money for college? I'm going to bubble in yes, because I know they'll just send me a friendly informational email about financial aid. Who doesn't want money for college, right? They're asking if you get Social Security income, welfare, or food stamps. We have a food pantry for those with food insecurities. Please take advantage of that. All of our college students can go shop for groceries, but they may also send you a friendly email if you bubble in yes about our food pantry and other things. So you can just put yes or no there. And then athletic interests. Are any of my athletes here? If you want to connect with the coach, go ahead and bubble in that you want to compete on our intercollegiate athletic teams, okay? But if you're just kind of interested in general about athletics, you can push the next bubble, which is that you're interested, and they'll send you a friendly email. But for me, I'm just going to say no. And by the way, if you do want to take PE classes, we've got wonderful physical education classes that might include a dance class, right? Or yoga, or like there's a running class, you know, there's lots of great PE classes. And then the same thing goes for your programs and services. Every box that you check, you will get a friendly email for. So yeah, let me go ahead and hear from counseling. I'm a disabled student. Maybe I want to get that phone number and email from them, or I'm interested in our health services or free tutoring, right? Or our Veterans Resource Center. You'll get a friendly email from those, from every box that you check. The real important email that you want to look for is the one with your MSJC ID number and activation code. We'll talk more about that in a minute. I'm going to push continue and get through this app. I'm almost done. So again, whatever you're comfortable stating, okay, select your gender, and then regardless of your parental educational levels, pick a parent, because I think they asked about this later. I'm going to just say for my first parent is mom. I'll say that she got an associate's degree, and my dad, I know, got a master. He got a bachelor's, I think. So they do have some college. If you don't know, guys, just say unknown, or maybe you don't have a parent. So whatever applies to you, please. Same for race and ethnicity, whatever you're comfortable stating, okay? So it gets pretty detailed. I'm going to go ahead and select this, and then I happen to know I'm this, and then continue, and you're done with that section, okay? Whatever you're comfortable stating. We hope you all feel welcome and included. Here they are. Remember, I said they ask supplemental questions again, and I think these are optional. It'll let you continue without answering them, but I'm going to go ahead and give it a go. My mother said got an associate's. My dad got a bachelor's. Count you in your household, okay? I know there's right now only 3 under our roof. I do this because they're under the same roof. And then your income. You might not know this. You can guesstimate or just leave it at select one. You don't have to answer that. I don't know why it's there, but you can just guess, okay? Or leave it at select. And then do you need assistance learning how to read or write English? No, for me, it's no. But if you push yes, maybe they'll send you another friendly email on how to get assistance on that. We're continuing, and we're at the end of the application. See, they all turned white check marks. You can review the application, by the way, at this point, before you submit it. If you want to do that, you click review and then all your answers are there, okay? If you see something that's a typo, you can go back and change it. You go back on these tabs and change them there. But once you submit this, you'll have to come to MSJC's Enrollment Services Office and we can change those answers, okay? I am going to consent 3 times. I consent means that the state of California can take this information and match me up with an ID number, and nobody's tied me to the chair to make me do it. So you can read through that, but most of us consent and submit the application. Now, I'm not going to submit this because it's a test account and I don't want any confusion. So there it is. What you'll do as soon as you submit, you see this blue bar will go all the way to the end, and I love it. You get a great job, Miles, or great job, Gabriel, at the top of the page. And what is next? You'll get an email from MSJC with your MSJC ID number within 24 hours. It usually takes an hour, maybe less. I've seen it take 10 minutes, okay, but give it 24 hours. And you get an MSJC username that we generate for our website, okay, where you log into self-service with it, but activate it from within that email first. So remember, you used a personal email. You'll check your personal email, copy and paste the username and the activation code that they give you and into the link within that email. And the reason I say copy and paste is because it's a big long gobbledygook code that I wouldn't remember, but if you can remember it, type that in or just paste it into the link from within the email and you will be prompted to set up a password for this website, okay? Now, remember I said if you already applied and you never activated the account, that activation code has probably expired. Here's where you can go to get a new one because it's key that you set this portal up from within that email, okay? You can click on self-service and right here below the red button, it says request a new activation code. Click on that link, go ahead and type in your personal email and submit it by checking the box that says include a new activation code. If you just want to know what your ID number is, you can submit it. But if you need that new activation code, be sure you check the box, okay? Again, I'm not going to do it because I don't really need it. So let's go back to the college homepage and tell me if you feel like you can do this application. Was this pretty straightforward? This is how I got there. Start your application, okay? Create the account or sign. Okay, sorry about that. I don't know if you heard that. My phone's ringing. What questions do you have? Was it clear as mud?
Clear as mud.
Oh, good. All right. So what questions do you have and how can I clear it up for you? Or were you just kidding? I'm going to sign out because I do not want to submit that application by accident. Is there any other screens I can share with you? Make note of sort of the links on the left-hand side of these pages as well. Let me share the screen again. Sort of on the side, very important dates. You can take a class and drop it, right? But you got to do it by the deadline. Here's spring, summer, and fall, important deadlines. So let's take a look at that. The class schedule will be available May 16th. That's good to know. I thought it was going to be open in the next couple of weeks. Registration dates will be released June 20th, and registration begins after 4th of July. And the semester begins August 15th. Check back for more details like those dates that you need that are important. It'll look like this, and it'll tell you when you can drop the class and still get a W or drop the class for a refund. All these great resources here on the left-hand side. If enrollment needs a form from you, here they are right here, okay? So I'm at the Enroll Now button and first-time student. What questions do you have? Great question in the chat. Give me about a week to post it to YouTube, okay? Because I have a very busy agenda. We're going to be Wednesday and Thursday all day. So probably by this time, probably by the end of next week, I'll have it on the YouTube channel. And I think you can just do a search for YouTube and then search on YouTube for MSJC. Oops. Or, oh, actually, the link is probably at our homepage. My bad. Scroll down. There it is, right there. the very bottom of the college homepage, there's our MSJC YouTube channel. So give me a good full 10 days, 10 working days to get that posted, because I'm not sure where I'll be next week. So there it is. There's some other helpful links. You can look at graduation. Great questions. Thank you. The other thing I wanted to show you at the college homepage are these virtual tours. You can take a tour of the Temecula Valley campus right now, or guess what? It's only about 3 minutes. Tomorrow, Wednesday, between 1 and 4 o'clock, 1 p.m. and 4 o'clock, we're giving in-person tours of the Temecula campus. So if you can get away, get a t-shirt, I think they're giving some swag, and visit the Temecula campus, you'll be able to walk through this gorgeous site. It's brand new. We're so excited. We can't wait for students to come back. But it's been a slow opening, I must say, because of the pandemic. So be patient with us as we get more and more in-person classes at all 4 campuses, frankly. There's my email address if you have other questions beyond today. And of course, you know where to go for help at that student support hub, right? Right there. And there's my phone number, and myself or my students will answer your questions. And I will do tours of the other campus locations in person, but by appointment for now. As I say, we're here all summer. So go ahead and take advantage of those virtual appointments, but visit us tomorrow at the Temecula Valley campus, right by Motor Car Parkway and by the dealerships and the mall, and take an in-person tour if you'd like, and come see us in person and pick up some other handouts, ask lots of questions. That's just tomorrow for in-person tours. As a reminder, the rest of the agenda tomorrow at 11 and 3 will be financial aid, at noon and 4 o'clock will be first year experience. Let me take you to those websites right now though. And then counseling, you can meet with counseling on May 12th at the same link, by the way, at 11 and 3 o'clock. Ask lots of questions from counseling, and then meet with our resource fair, which runs between 4:30 and 7:30. You can pop on and off and meet with all the departments: Accommodation Service Center, Veterans Resource Center, Learning Resource Center, hear about how to utilize our free tutoring and ask questions. Also our foster youth program, career ed and technical, and our 2+2 program with Cal State San Marcos, Temecula campus, and student government, Puente, and clubs. So it's a lot. Athletics as well will be there later in the evening. So we're going to go into the evening late. But I wanted to show you FYE's website. And then please think of some questions while we got time. Yeah, there's first year experience. What is FYE? And I won't steal their thunder, but just as an introduction, as soon as you apply, you're going to get an MSJC ID number, right? So flag that email until you get it memorized. But that's when you can move forward and inquire about things like FYE, Puente, Umoja, lots of great honors enrichment program that enhance your college life and transfer opportunities. But they're going to want your MSJC ID number when you apply to the program. So please utilize these links. I can't tell you enough. I can't speak highly enough about the FYE staff. They're all here to help you, and their emails are right there. So please connect with them on our cafe or email them. They'll reply. Okay. Giselle, Alexia, Diana, and Albert are wonderful. So utilize these links on the left-hand side, but they're going to have a summer bridge program, and you get to pick the day and attend all of a half day to get to know what FYE is, how it can help you, how if you register with them before the end of May, you get early registration or a little earlier registration date. And then it's a free college success class. So it's a great way to smooth that transition from high school to college. Get connected with these things. Come out for like the Club Rush, get involved with student government or ASB, and click on the different links for other activities. You can work for the newspaper, right from take pictures for the college newspaper, right, or get involved in clubs. The calendar of events is right here as well. We got all kinds of stuff going on. As you see, you're in high school senior preview days. I hope this was helpful. I hope you learned something new. There's so many programs that the community college does to see to your success. We have everything you need. It's just really on you to sort of knock on our doors, right? And keep asking questions and come to events like this. Is there anything else at the website you'd like to see that I can click on or outline for you? When you log into Canvas, by the way, there'll be other helpful links there for student support, like the Learning Resource Center. There's even virtual free tutoring in the evenings. Like, let's say you're up late at night working on an algebra equation, you just can't get through it and you've got a test the next day. There's tutoring online as well. So you can hear from our Learning Resource Center on May 12th at 5:30. But you'll learn more about that also in your new student counseling session. Counseling is key. Please meet with counseling at least once a semester as you continue on, if it's for job training or for your associate degree or for transfer. There's some helpful links and videos there as well. And they're here to help you. You can email them. You can even enter their virtual lobby at the hub or click there for an appointment and give them a call, and be patient. We get pretty busy as we creep towards the start of any semester, but you can even connect with us in an email. Don't be shy, reach out. And I know all these folks would love to help you either here via their email or at the Student Support Hub. Remember this link here? I'm gonna mention it 5 more times probably because it's really been helpful. All right, and again, you see all the departments are there. If you have a question about paying for classes, you can even make a payment online here or connect with our cashier, connect with the bookstore, which by the way, has every book and materials you need for every class. So does our library. And our library will even loan you laptops. There's a locker there that you get a key code for, and they'll place a laptop in the locker when you come into the lobby of the library and pick up. Okay, if you have a quick question, use our library. If you have a paper that you have to start and you don't know how to get started, our Learning Resource Center will help you get started on that paper. They'll even look at it before you turn it in, right? For free. You just walk in, no appointment. And look at Connie's smile, and our other staff at MSJC are so helpful. So I can't say enough about everybody's here to help. You just got to knock on our doors and ask. Okay, so once you register for classes, beyond that, there is more money for college. So I want to point that out. It's at the hub. You have to be registered in classes, and you can actually apply for our student emergency funds. So see if it's still available as we update the website. It's called Higher Education Emergency Relief Funds, or HERF funding. So that's available. And please ask about grants and money for college. Okay, there is money for college. Our own foundation gives away thousands of dollars to students. And even there's book vouchers and things like that, and help for you in that way. When you come on campus, by the way, this summer, they're still waiving the parking fees, so you can park anywhere for free. I hope that they keep waiving that parking fee through fall. I don't know, but as we get back to more in-person classes, they may start charging again for parking. So that's it in a nutshell. We have 10 more minutes. I'm going to hang back and answer more questions. I hope this was helpful. And if not, you're welcome to head out. And we look forward to having you attend the next sessions all week for high school senior preview days.